We are counting down the 8 most revolutionary personal flying vehicles that have shifted from distant science fiction to legal reality in 2026. From high-powered executive transports and aerial racing machines to near-silent police flyers and true garage-ready eVTOLs, each entry pushes the limits of speed, regulation, and public access. Which breakthrough has finally put personal flight within reach of everyday people? Let us begin at number 8. In 8th place is the XTI Trifan 600, a 6-passenger hybrid tilt-rotor that aims at the executive class, not the everyday flyer. The aircraft blends ducted fan vertical takeoff and landing capability with jet-like cruise speeds targeting 345 miles per hour, or about 555 kilometers per hour, and a range of up to 700 miles. Its hybrid electric system relies on turboshaft engines driving 3 ducted fans, offering both vertical takeoff and efficient wing-borne flight. But the Trifan's ambitions come with weight, full composite construction, 7 seats, and a certification path that stretches into 2027. FAA approval is still in progress, and the aircraft's scale places it far beyond the reach of license-free ultralight rules. For now, the Trifan 600 remains an emblem of high-power, highly regulated flight reserved for business elites, not for those seeking garage-ready freedom. Number 7. Airspeeder Mark III electrifies the skies with a vision straight out of science fiction, flying car racing at 300 kilometers per hour. Born in Australia and engineered by Alauda Aeronautics, this carbon fiber octocopter was designed for agility, redundancy, and rapid pit-stop battery swaps. Mark III's early races were remote-controlled, but the push toward manned circuits has captured global attention, setting the stage for a public league debut in 2026. Inside these closed racing environments, regulatory sandboxes allow pilots and engineers to test the limits of 3-dimensional aerial competition without the full weight of commercial certification. The spectacle of high-speed, 3-dimensional racing has become a catalyst, shifting public perception and driving momentum for broader acceptance of personal flight. Each demonstration acts as a proving ground, not just for technology, but for the very idea that everyday people could one day join this new era of airborne mobility. Number 6. The Gravity Industries jet suit pushes the boundaries of personal flight with a spectacle that feels straight out of a superhero film. 5 miniature jet turbines mounted on the pilot's arms and back deliver a combined thrust approaching 1,000 horsepower, launching the wearer to speeds of up to 85 kilometers per hour. But the drama goes beyond raw power. Real-world trials in the United Kingdom have seen emergency responders use the suit to cut rescue times on steep mountain terrain, reaching stranded hikers in minutes rather than hours. Each launch unleashes a deafening jet roar and intense wind buffeting, while the suit's balance relies on subtle shifts in body position and precise throttle control. Yet, the jet suit's promise comes with hard limits. A single flight lasts just 5 to 8 minutes before fuel exhaustion, and noise levels make it impossible to blend quietly into the landscape. For now, the jet suit stands as a transformative, specialized marvel for rapid response teams, but it is constrained by endurance, fuel cost, and accessibility, keeping it out of reach for everyday flyers. Number 5. The Hoversurf S3 brings the concept of a flying motorcycle into the hands of municipal responders. Built around a carbon fiber monocoque chassis, this single-seat eVTOL uses 4 electric rotors to achieve vertical takeoff and landing in spaces as tight as a standard parking spot. The S3's low profile and compact design allow police and emergency pilots to deploy it for rapid patrols on the urban fringe, with Dubai police leading early trials under strict altitude and speed limits. The design emphasizes discretion. Unlike the thunderous jet suits or high-speed racers, the S3's electric propulsion means near-silent operation, though official noise measurements remain elusive. Its rotors generate a whir far quieter than combustion engines. Onboard software enforces altitude and speed caps, and safety features like emergency landing protocols and a kill switch add layers of protection. Access is still limited to trained municipal units, not the general public. These agency deployments signal a cautious but significant step toward integrating personal flight into everyday city life, using technology that blends discretion with agility. Number 4. The Flyboard Air from Zapata Racing transforms the concept of personal flight into a high-velocity balancing act. This turbojet-powered hoverboard uses 4 compact jet engines to propel its pilot to speeds of up to 200 kilometers per hour, a feat famously demonstrated in the English Channel crossing. What sets the Flyboard Air apart is its automated gyroscopic stabilization system. Embedded sensors and control algorithms constantly adjust thrust and posture, allowing the pilot to maintain upright balance even as wind and speed threaten to tip the platform. The result is a sensation described as surfing on a cushion of thin jet hum, with the machine correcting every micro-movement in real time. Despite its spectacle, the Flyboard Air's endurance remains limited, less than 10 minutes of flight per fuel load, restricting its use to short, adrenaline-fueled bursts. Experimental status and tight regulatory scrutiny keep it out of everyday hands, but its stabilization technology is already influencing the next wave of consumer-ready ultralights, proving that automated control is the key to making extreme performance accessible and safe. Number 3, the Australian Copter Pack redefines portability in personal flight with its 42-kilogram coaxial rotor backpack. Designed for single-person operation, this electric craft sits comfortably on the shoulders, transforming the wearer into a pilot with the flick of a switch. The Copter Pack's coaxial rotors provide vertical lift and inherent gyroscopic stability, allowing for controlled ascent and descent even in variable wind. Unlike heavier electric vertical takeoff and landing vehicles that demand specialized storage and transport, the Copter Pack's lightweight frame means it can be carried into remote locations, opening up possibilities for exploration and emergency access far from roads or landing strips. In Australia and New Zealand, ultralight regulations permit flight without a standard pilot's license, provided the craft stays under specific weight and speed limits, making recreational flight more accessible than in most U.S. jurisdictions. However, the trade-off comes in flight duration. Battery capacity limits each sortie to short hops, often less than 20 minutes. Still, the Copter Pack's legal status abroad demonstrates how international rules are creating alternative pathways to license-free flight, setting a precedent for how portability and regulatory flexibility can democratize the skies. Number 2, the pivotal Helix offers a window into the practical side of license-free personal aviation in America. This fixed-wing ultralight with a price tag of $190,000 is engineered for recreational flight in open, rural skies, deliberately staying within the boundaries set by FAA Part 103 regulations. At under 254 pounds empty, the Helix sidesteps the need for a pilot's license, registration, or medical certification. Instead, the owner takes full responsibility for airworthiness and compliance before every flight. The Helix's fly-by-wire stability system smooths out turbulence and assists with posture control, making it approachable for hobbyists who might otherwise shy away from fixed-wing aircraft. Its single-seat cockpit and electric propulsion keep operations simple, while the legal framework restricts flights to non-congested areas and daylight hours. Unlike more experimental electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft or high-speed racers, the Helix represents a mature pathway for those seeking the freedom of flight without bureaucracy, provided they are willing to trade urban convenience for wide-open corridors and take on the self-certification duties that come with true recreational aviation. And finally, in first place, Jetson 1 stands as the clearest example of personal flight crossing from science fiction into legal, everyday reality. This single-seat quad-rotor eVTOL, priced at $148,000, began production deliveries to California buyers in late 2025, offering a garage-ready experience that sidesteps the traditional barriers of aviation. Under FAA Part 103, Jetson 1 claims compliance with the ultralight rules, no pilot's license, no registration, and no medical certificate required. Its empty weight of under 254 pounds and a top speed just under 100 kilometers per hour put it within the technical envelope for license-free recreational flight in non-congested airspace. The engineering behind Jetson 1 centers on battery density breakthroughs, supporting up to 20 minutes of flight per charge, and a gyroscopically stabilized flight computer that keeps the craft upright even in gusty conditions. Near-silent electric rotors, cut by 12 decibels compared to early prototypes, allow for discrete operation and reduce noise pollution in rural environments. Early owner profiles show a diverse group: tech entrepreneurs, aviation hobbyists, and retired pilots, drawn by the promise of point-to-point travel without bureaucracy. While operations remain restricted to open skies and daylight hours, Jetson 1 marks the moment when ordinary people can legally step into the cockpit of their own flying machine, no license required. Across all 8 vehicles, one pattern stands out. Regulation is now racing alongside innovation. The sky is no longer reserved for pilots and billionaires. It is being democratized by new laws and technology. Personal flight is not a distant dream. It is becoming a real, legal option. The future lifts off now,